And we're back on Mimas. Okay, as you can see, I've got a trader waiting here. Just a little bit of daylight. And it's a seed trader. Figured I'd do this on screen. So I've got a couple of liquid pipes, and as you can see, they're in my hand, not in the vendor, but I can still sell them. So that's just a handy way if you want to sell something to them, you can just put it in your hands. You can't put it in your jetpack. It has to be in your hands. So let's buy some seeds here. I'm gonna have to be a little strategic. I want where is it? Wheat. Wheat. I think we want that one. It would be nice to get some cocoa because there's some sell recipes that that you can for cocoa. Chocolate bars. I think you can sell chocolate bars and chocolate cake, but chocolate cake takes eggs and milk, which we can't do at the moment. It's going to be a long time before we can do eggs, in fact. So yeah, I think I'm just going to straight up buy those two just to get them out of the way, and then we'll see what we've got from there. Tomatoes wouldn't be a bad choice. Maybe sugar cane. Ferns. Ferns would be good because that would enable us to make soy milk. So what do we got here? So this one's going to be 100. The ferns would be another 100. So we'd be left with 200. And then what can we buy with that 200? Okay, yeah, I think that's right. We're gonna go fern. Grab the sugar cane because I see there's some cheap ones in here. Oh man, we're gonna be so close to being able to get another one for 200. We're 5 credits short, or euros, or whatever it's supposed to be. Okay, I don't think there's anything for 100. Yeah, otherwise we could get the potatoes and the tomatoes. We don't need the soybeans. Switchgrass would be good, but for fertilizer, making fertilizer. But that one, I don't know. I feel like we're further away from doing that. Okay, well, process of elimination. That means we either get tomatoes and potatoes, or perhaps rice. And I think the tomato potato combo sounds like the way to go. Okay, that's handy. And I don't know, I could maybe create a setup to do carbon dioxide, but the amount of money you get from that is pretty low. And water to us right now at least is fairly precious, so we don't want to sell any of that. And once again, we'd have to set it up. Okay, so we're just going to send him away. I haven't finished a script for it yet because I've been preoccupied with another script. So another 2 minutes, we're going to have another trader. I'll come out and check it again. Sorry for muting there for a sec. I was getting a stuffy nose. What do you mean I'm disorganized? Okay, I think we should upgrade to the next tier. So we're gonna get a new satellite dish. And then I'll print off some more basics, landing pad basics. So yeah, this is why I hadn't created a trader script, is that I've been modifying this heavily, this system. So yeah, one problem is that it wasn't feeding water in, um, while it was doing this system, and I did a lot of back and forth on what to do, and I think I finally found kind of the right mix. Basically, this will engage and it'll pressurize this pipe up to 1 megapascal with a temperature of, I think, over 400. So let me look at something here quick. Okay, if we look at water and use the Celsius scale, 1 megapascal. Okay, so it'll actually start condensing at 522. Oh boy, I might have a problem in my pipes if it gets up to that pressure. So yeah, 400 degrees, 1 megapascal. That's a lot of steam. So yeah, the big problem was that this was engaging, and I don't have communication set up between the two. Um, so yeah, it's just been causing a lot of headaches. I think I finally found the right mix. I might have to tweak the temperature that it comes out if it gets too much liquid in the pipe. We'll have to see. Uh, and I changed the pressure on this. I said that 13.3 would be the way to go, but that's assuming that your cooling pipe that comes in is close to the temperature you want, and as you can see, this is way, way below that temperature. So it ends up getting way too cold when it comes out of here. So I increase the amount of pressure it puts in there just to speed through the water faster. And it also comes out a little hotter, but or yeah, a little hotter than it would if it was at 13.3. But it's still colder. I might have to change that dial and try and find a good happy medium to find that 25 degrees. That's kind of my goal. I ramped up the amount of pipe heaters we have because I wasn't chewing through power fast enough. So yeah, now I think we're good. Um, Another feature is that I connected a logic mirror to this network. It's powered by the main power line, um, connected straight to our battery. Um, and what it does is it grabs the big, the big tank, the insulated tank we have underneath the furnace, that's connected to this pipe network, and of course to the furnace. Uh, and what I do is in my Stirling engine control chip, um, is I say, okay, is it greater than 20 megapascals? If so, then let's get some of that gas out of there and put it in the Stirling engine. So eventually that's going to find an equilibrium around 20 megapascals. Problem is, if you've been taking note, I think it was close to 1300 before, but since we're warming that pipe now, it's up to 1400. So we're actually increasing the pressure because we're increasing the temperature in an effort to decrease it. So that's yeah, it kind of created a little bit of a vicious circle there, but eventually it should stabilize, and we'll end up with really hot furnace gas. But the problem is some of the stuff won't like that extra heat. creating solder, for example. But we'll try to figure something out about that. Okay, so currently we have a 3x3, which is 9, and the next step up is a 5x5. But I think I'm gonna jump over that one and go straight for the 7x7, because that's or the next communication tier has 5s and 7s. So I don't want to pass on traders just because I don't have quite the right size. So that would be 49. We have 9. That would mean we need 40. Wow. So 40 times 5 is 200. I can math. So let's grab another chunk of our steel. We've been chewing through some of that, but it's still doing us pretty good. Let me take my suit off so that my hygiene can stay a little fresh, because that's science. You don't need showers. Just take your suit off. Alright, landing pad basic. Yep, there's enough copper in there. Yep, we're good. Alright. While we wait for some of those to print, let's go in here. Grab some more water. I've started planting mushrooms again. I don't think I had announced that I stopped, but yeah. We've got a stack of shrooms over here. I made another door here. Same basic script as the other one over there. The only difference is that this one doesn't have the switch and extra logic control. I just leave it as a cycle. It doesn't have the option to, if you don't remember kind of what I had done before, if you switch this one off, it disables the logic, so you can open it. Oh yes, I had to add something in there to where it closes one of the doors and opens the other by default, because I was getting a lot of weird results when I was testing that. So yeah, I've done few moving around. I'm kind of just delaying, waiting for those to print also, 'cause it's a lot of them. And yeah, we've got a temperature problem in the base again. I'm hoping I have that solved now, because of all the changes that I had made to this. Problem is, it now, since it's constantly adding water to that system, and then it's using the heat exchanger to heat this pipe, it now takes a very long time for this to lose pressure, or temperature and pressure. Oof. Yeah, you can see that took a long time just to go down 1 degree. But that means that we're going to be processing the gases in that pipe a lot quicker. Okay, I'm gonna start setting down what we've got. I don't have any of the frames prepared either. Usually I would have done such a thing, but I had the I had a seat trader ready to go, and I wanted to catch that on screen. I could have left it out there for a while, but I don't know, that just didn't seem that important, so. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this off, because we're going to remove that. We need to go out 2 more. Can't even remember if I mentioned, but yeah, essentially I made the centerpiece right where it should be when we upgrade the final time to the 9x9. and it's, whoop, ah, which if I remember correctly, it's in a couple, one or maybe. So from the center, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be where the 9x9 ends, and we still have a pathway along here. My intention was to eventually move the data and power right here. That's why I have that one welded, just as a reminder to myself. Okay, is that... Yeah, this should be the last one we need. Now we just need to weld them all up. I'll check to see if there's another trader here in just a moment. Get all these welded up. So I'm thinking I'm gonna start another game and mix them in here. Um, just a good time to talk about it since there's not much else to talk about. Yeah, the Stationeers. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up with one a day if I'm focusing, only on Stationeers because uh, if you've noticed some of my recordings, like if I try to record twice in one day, my brain is shot. I have real life issues. Um, and if I can intersperse a different game, that'll give me an extra day to ponder the problems that we get in Stationeers here. So I'm thinking, I was talking to a friend of mine and gave him a few options, and he said the Long Dark might be a good one. He liked all the options, but that was the one he mentioned, so I'm thinking I'll stick with that one. If you're not familiar, it's I call it a primitive survival game, um, which it's not terribly primitive, not that one anyway, but just you against nature kind of thing. You don't make rocket launchers and stuff. Well, that would be kind of funny. All right, so we'll move that right there. But yeah, I think in the end I'll be able to keep the schedule better that way and to um, hopefully keep the content higher quality because I think as we get into the more complex things, it's going to be tougher for me to keep up unless I mix another series in there. Okay, we don't need to turn that on yet. Let's go ahead and start placing these landing pads. I think, let's see, so if we're planning for a 9x9, I should have um, planned a design here, but I didn't. So I guess we're gonna wing it. So I'm thinking crosses on the 4 cardinal directions, and then a straight line. Here we go. Here and here. And then I'm thinking to make this section blank, but we'll put straight lines on just to the side of the crosses. And then I'll put another cross over in the corners. So let's go ahead and fill those in since I have exactly 4. There we go. Now we'll go grab some more steel frames just in case we need them. Okay, looks like these are done. Excellent. I can turn that off. Gonna do something a little weird here when we get to the medium. There it is, iron. I was thinking I had a spare stack of iron around. I set up the tool printer again back here. I had wanted to wait until we move all the machines over to here, but that doesn't leave us space for the tool printer because over here is going to be a vending machine eventually. There's so many things to do. It's tough to work on those kind of distant projects. Was that? Wait, I thought I set that so that would print two. Maybe I moved it too quickly. Nope. Good, they do stack. Gonna grab some more steel sheets just in case we need them. I shouldn't need any cables. I think I've got, yeah, I got 31. That should be plenty. I'll stop by the computer here to see if we have a different star seedlings. Oof, we do. Okay. Sometimes I found that first set contact percentage isn't always accurate, so I always turn it by a degree just to make sure that it's an accurate reading. 72, yeah, see, that's 72. Okay. I don't have much time to waste on that one, but I also don't want to just sit there and go through the whole process. If I miss that one, oh, you know what? And actually, I guess thinking about it, if it's another seed trader, we just spent all of our money. We can't really even afford another seed trader yet. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna let that one slide. Plus, I'm already at 23 minutes. I think if we tried to focus on that, I might end up going way over. Okay, we're on the home stretch for this at least. And then we'll set up the dish. There we go. Now we can turn that on. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I guess it does look a little empty in this area, in those triangles, but once it goes to a 9x9, I think it'll look a little better because it'll have an extra blank spots on the outside. I'll probably just continue the straight line out. If it looks still a little too strange after that, I'll just knock in this cross section into that one. Aesthetics isn't necessarily my primary goal, but I also don't want to, make it hideous. All right. Okay, so the medium, uh, it requires a frame underneath, and I don't know if I were to set it down here. You can see the dials are there. I could maybe set the computer up like right here, but then we're kind of, we're kind of in the same situation where we're with the small one, where I've got to kind of find a good spot for the computer and the dials to have access. So what I'm going to do is actually put it up here instead, and let's grab all this. I don't know why I clipped the one that was right here. That one was fine. Okay, so we're not gonna go all the way up with this. We're gonna go to right here and turn it. Then, let's start with a straight so it's easier to find the spot for the junction here. There. So the reason we're doing that is that the cable can kind of be in the way if it was right across here from the dials. Okay, if I remember right, yeah, it's... Oh, we did plastic sheet. We had quite the boost there, because it was full pressure in here and not full pressure in the base. Okay. Welder. Wrench. Oof, glad that didn't damage me. And then plastic sheet without a tool. Okay, now one problem is this one can go up to 7,500, but then it doesn't have enough power for everything else. So we're going to have to set it, I think we can get away with 4,500. It did allow me to go to up to 7,500 because when it's idle, it only uses half the power. I think it's half. Oh, yeah, and there we have a contact right away. Oh, and another seed trader, I think, orbiting orchards. I think they're seeds. Okay, now as you can see, it's still a little tricky. I can't even access those. So we're going to disassemble the computer. Now that's going to be its eventual home in the future, but so we'll leave the cables, but for now, let's move it right there. Slap the motherboard back in there. And now we need somewhere to stand. So, there we go. Oop. Printed a second because I wasn't sure. And yes, this is shoddy cable work, but I'm probably going to upgrade to the large dish relatively soon. Well, oof, boy, I don't know. Those are power hogs. There. So we can flick it on. Oh, shoot, I still don't have access to the dials. What if I remove the frame? No. Okay, yeah, it's the computer. The computer is in the way. How about there? So we can barely see the screen, but we have access to the dials. There we go. Yeah, I came up with this idea one time just because I'm like, how am I supposed to access the computer without a jetpack, and I'm like, well, okay, what can I place out here that's kind of a platform? And I thought, hey, how about the portables connectors? There we go. So now we can dial it in a lot easier. The problem is this one is so much slower. Oh, why? So yes, I'm not going to put everyone through watching me try to contact a trader with this dish. And I think I'll probably work on the script before that. Um, I've seen some people. Cows Are Evil is the one that comes to mind, where he's got like the small dish set up to, find the contacts because that one's can spin around so much faster, and then he has the medium to actually make the connection because you can put more power into it. Okay, so I'm probably going to uh, bring the power over here uh, for the medium so that we can dial it up to 7500. But all I need to do is just click this cable, keep the data connection connected to this network, but then bring in the base power on that heavy coil straight over to it. One thing that's a little annoying with that, it means that I have to manually shut this on and off, or probably a better idea is that I'll keep this transformer, but then put an APC right here. And yeah, I think that's probably the way to go. Or perhaps I move that station battery in here and then start putting some large batteries in the base. I think that's probably the way to go because when we hit the large, that'll be quite handy um, to have a dedicated battery in this room so that we can kind of keep an eye on it and if we make contact with one, we're um, we're drawing from a local battery rather than the base supply. And yeah, the base supply will be giving it to that battery, but like I say, it's easier to just check it from there. But okay, I think that's good. We upgraded to a 7x7. We did some seed trading. I'll get the uh, I think offline I'll plant the seeds. The cocoa you have to be really careful with because it likes hotter climates, and I think we'll need to make sure um, our water is hotter because that's the big thing. I've lost a lot of them due to cold-ish water. The cocoa doesn't like cold water, or even like 20 degrees. I think it needs 25, or maybe 22 or something. Which yeah, we're struggling with. All right, we shall catch you next episode. Have a good one.